Hello friends, it's Julie, and no, we're not gonna unbox chocolate today, even though I would probably like that, but I really don't resell chocolate. However, I had been in contact with one of my friends over Christmas. She emailed me her Christmas card, and I emailed her back, and I hadn't talked to her for a while, and I said, hey, by the way, one of the things I'm doing now, I'm swapping. So I said, would you like to swap postcards? She said, sure. I actually have just been going through my my personal postcard collection, and would you like them? And I'm like, yeah, right away, and yeah, like lots of times. So, these are like new. Okay, so she said she would mail them to me. She took out a few things, of course, that they wanted to keep, which, hey, that's perfectly fine. Actually, I think it's better when they stay with the person, and it's their memories until, they don't need them anymore. Oh, cute. And so she sent them to me, and she said, don't worry about the postage, but, of course, I am going to send her a nice thank you, a little gift to make up for the postage and the stuff. Well, that's interesting. That's a store. Fred Harvey, Union Depot. I didn't know Fred Harvey did chromes. Huh, interesting. Oh, there's a familiar site in Yellowstone, yeah. So that was really nice that she sent this to me. So I have not looked at these yet, so you are seeing them first with me. Yes, there are a lot of chromes. This is from Japan. That is really neat. That's really nice. Like things like this will probably go in my booth. It's actually not in great shape, so that I might even use that as a bonus card. But a lot of these, I think that'll be interesting. Interiors of places. Oh, that's upside down. No wonder's like, huh, how are everything hanging on the ceiling? They're not, Julie. They're not. They're sitting on the floor. All right. And let's see here. I guess I'm not the only one that goes upside down. Ooh, did you see that? That was Halloween. So I don't expect to have like a $1,000 postcard on this here, but it's really nice that she sent them and to think of me. Here are some Halloweens. They're just regular. Actually, I don't see this being worth much. I could list them for just a couple bucks, but I also could just swap them because I do postcard swapping too. Sleepless in Seattle. Cute. So here's another one of those generic Halloweens. Yeah, so let me know if you see something that you're like, ooh, that's a really cool one that you got. I think they did a lot of traveling. So one of the things is that she wanted to have gone to all the continents, and I think they about did that when they moved away from where I lived, where we lived. We both lived in the same town, and we both moved away. So yeah, by the time that she left there, ooh, there's a little brochure for Cypress Gardens. Cool. Oh, and I wonder if I'd be able to scan that because it's a one long thing. I'm going to try to scan that instead of taking a picture. That would be cool. Marco Polo educational card. Oh, this is not a postcard. That's okay. Yeah, they now live on the West Coast. They moved closer to family, to grandchildren, which often happens after a certain time for people. Of course, that's not going to happen to me. Oh, I've been here because we don't have kids, so I guess we're just nobody's problem when we're old, or everybody's problem. So a lot of these are not really worth a lot if they're not sendable. I'll put some of these in my swapping, and the ones that I can't swap, I'll probably use as bonus cards. The maps, always like the maps, but I find like a lot of international places of postcards of like places that have been there for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, aren't as valuable, of course, because there's hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of postcards of those views, unless they're a little unique. Shakespeare's birthplace, hundreds of years old, tons of those made. I don't expect them to be worth much. I do like these, the art postcards. So I actually do okay with those. There is a map. So sometimes maps are interesting. I might list that one. Oh, here. Salvation Army. Her daughter worked with Salvation Army for a long time. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if those are collectible. Salisbury. I've been there. I did not make it to that area. San Diego. There's a sports dome. Coliseum and State Fair grounds. That's always nice. Here's a big one. So there's a lot of different sizes here. Oh, here's an interesting one. Huh. Different sizes. So that made me think, well, maybe I should tell more people I'm doing postcards, because there might be other people who are like, you know, I have some postcards for you. As I went down, ooh, it's a real photo postcard. Oh, this is good. I went down to Columbus yesterday. I didn't film it. I forgot to film it. It's just a quick trip down there. And I stopped at a shop I hadn't stopped in for a while. I used to teach classes there. And I used to sell some handcrafts out of there. Handcrafts are not the way to get rich, guys. But anyways, that's a long story. And I mentioned, she asked, what am I doing now? And I told her I was selling postcards. And she said, well, I actually just came across some postcards. I have boxes of them. Okay, now when somebody tells you they have boxes of postcards, okay, for instance, this is a box of postcards. It might not be like what I think is a box of postcards, which would be a postcard box, but, you know, still nice to always say, yes, I would love them. Let me know when you dig them out, because she said she has to go through them and find them. So you never know what's going to happen when you mention it, and people can keep you in mind for later to say, you know, I found these postcards. Are you still working with them? That looks familiar. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, there are a few older ones. Like this one is older. The Hague. Vermont. Looks like a church. I think I'm going to do that. I did put on Facebook once that, you know, if anyone has postcards, let me know. However, if you're telling them, I know I buy postcards, some people see dollar signs. And what I want to pay for postcards are maybe not what they want to get for them. So how do you handle that? If you put a note out to people, or even on like Craigslist or something, what do you do? How do you just, oh, this is not a good shape. This is actually going to go to the bonus cards right away. Bonus round. That's okay. At least it will get a little use out of it, protecting another postcard on its last days. Gallop. But how do you handle buying directly from people? I don't have a lot of experience with that. I've mostly sourced online and antique stores and such. U.S. Army Remount Depot. That's really cool. Well, here's another one. Common, very common. Oh, this is not in good shape. That's going directly into the, actually this one too, Monticello. There's too many of them, these. So I'm actually going to put those into my bonus cards right away. I have this one already, but some people do collect these, and map postcards are always collectible. I don't have this one, but it's drawn on. So I think this one will go into the bonus. Normally, if I wasn't unboxing, I'd be like sorting these out as it goes, but I'm just letting you enjoy the unboxing as we go. This is another one that, too many of them. And this is another one, yeah. Singing Tower, there's way too many of Singing Towers, I know already. Just, you know, I know there's probably more here, but I will find them as I go. Native American ones are always of interest to me because I'm doing the West, the Montana and such, and over surrounding areas. I like Wyoming and Idaho as well. And so I like to have some for people when they want to come and find them, come to my shop. Interior reviews are always wonderful. Like I said, this is in North Carolina. Look at this one, has old cars in the front, so that gives you some idea of how old it is. Another bridge. Bridges are nice. Looks like a company place. So a lot of these are standard chrome sizes. It's a children's hospital. Hospitals are nice to have. Oh, this is really neat. Cochina Hall Museum in California. That's Grand Canyon, I believe. Color card, Fairyland. Oh, it's Bryce Cathedral. Has some wear on it, so I'm going to see the red, white, and blue. Huh, interesting. I don't know, but I haven't seen Westco before, so I'm gonna keep that out because who knows. Look at that bridge. Oh, a game. Sports are good. And that one is Cardinal Stadium. Car. There's a little bit of scribbling or scratching on there. Silver City Days. I wonder if they do that anymore. Pool, restroom. I think I have some of these. Some old linen. The world famous tree. All these, you know, big redwood trees. I think she lived in California for a while, so that makes sense that she would have a whole bunch of those. So have you gotten any lots from friends and relatives? This is a nice large letter green. I like the black background. Just personally, I like it. A nice view of the cities. And here is Liberty. And this one is ripped. Singer Building. It's not uncommon, but it's a night view with a moon. Oh, I have another one, so that's what I'll do. I'll not have the damaged one. The damaged one will be a bonus. University. Now, I had thought that schools would be a better seller because have a few school postcards, but they're really not very fast sellers, and they're not really high priced. I don't think I get more than $7. They mostly are $5. And I was surprised about that, but what do you know? What do you think? Oh, this is a cute one. And, you know, including like elementary schools, high schools, not just universities. Even like the old ones that say, here's the original the new building. Knott's Berry. That's a really good one. State capitals. So state capitals, I tend not to try to find them because they don't fetch a lot of money, but I will certainly list them when I have them because they do move. People do collect them. Ooh, World Missions. Cool. That is unique. In Georgia. Baptist bookstores. I like the unusual, the things that, you know, you don't see a lot, and who knows how many of those home missions postcards are out there, and how many people actually kept them and thought they were worth something. Well, there's to something, a Bible college. Maybe it was one that they went to. Goats. That is rather cute. Bet you that boy is a grandpa by now. If he had children. Can't assume every old person has children. I will be old someday. Okay, I kind of am. And I don't have kids. A nice aerial view. Looks like another campus or something. Convention hall. There's some really good city views. Pensacola. Another capital. I don't know. I just won't, I'm not going to try to sort them, and right now, really not think about it. I'll just flip them. Niagara! I know where this is going, but it is posted, so you have a stamp that goes with it. Ooh, here is another real photo postcard, and it is like the other one, so it's got the rounded corner and the papel Kodak. Really neat. Oh, not... Haikuna? Are these Haikunas? Guanacos. Okay. Some of these camelids are fiber bearing, and I know the fiber bearing ones because I spin, but not all of the ones that aren't. Oh, this is interesting. This display, because look at what's in the corner. Yeah. eBay probably wouldn't like this one. Would you post this one? let me know. It's a little ding on there. It's actually, oh, it's just something from something else, so that'll come off. The Ambassador, interesting. There's a different kind of setup there. Carpenter's Hall. There's a railroad bridge. That's always nice. You know, when I first started selling postcards, I was so excited about, you know, finding and learning about all of the eras. I wasn't excited about chromes because they were newer. And then I started to feel like, you know, I don't really want to look for the linens now because they're not really worth much. And they're very common, even though they are lovely. This is neat. We've got a train and a ship. Oh, it looks like it's a touristy spot. And now I'm like, yeah, white border, they're okay because, you know, they're falling out of favor for me because they're just so many again, and they... yeah, they just don't get a lot of money generally. There's always exceptions in every one, but I really like the, okay, my favorite is Real Photo Postcards. If I was going to have a totally different business model, I would just do Real Photo Postcards. But I don't know, that would actually be interesting. Open just a store with Real Photo Postcards. How would that do? But then there are so many other cards that are worth more than Real Photo Postcards, so I can't just do one. Let's see here. The most valuable one I had, I don't remember what kind of postcard that was, but I think it was a divided back. So I really like divided back on divided backs. I love learning that little history about them. And I'm kind of getting favorable towards chromes. I know there's so many that are very common, which, you know, it's easy to pick out. But there are some that, you know, some of these are from the 60s and 70s, and these places were not around when they had linens, divided backs, they had a white border, whatever. So those are the oldest postcards you could get of them. So that's why, you know, chromes can surprise you about their value. There's like, you know, there's that washi, whatever that were, the mermaids in Florida postcards. There are the Disney, oops, there's some tape there. We've got Epcot, Knott's Berry Farm, all these different city views, all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't find in the older cuts, like this one. This is an older one. New Orleans Army Air Force Base. That is cool. Southern Bell Telephone and Telegraph. Ooh, this is a neat one. Yeah, I like that. State Center. This is probably a pretty common one. But, you know, you never know what somebody's going to come along with. And a lot of these I will probably put in my booth for now, until I decide I want to list them. Mojave. Coffee Grill. Sheraton. Hotels are always good. Well, not always. Often good. Sometimes there's just too many of a hotel. And not enough people collecting. Onlookers. This looks Whitney in California. I don't see any Montana. Doesn't look like she went to Montana in her younger years. Military Park. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one like this. Huh. That's cool. Of course, what am I saying? I've only been doing postcards for like a year and a half, so there's a lot of postcards I haven't seen, so don't take that as, you know, a rarity. And then a postcard book for New York. Now, would you take this apart and sell the postcards individually? Let's see. We've got Rockefeller. None of these are really rare images. I actually have postcards just like this. So I think I will just list this one as is. Oh, there's Pan Am Building. I wonder if I could separate them just here and they would go together because there's UN and Pan Am building. Maybe I'll do that. Just pull out a couple that I think are good. You know, ships are always a nice thing. Maybe so. We'll see. So let me know. Would you take them apart and sell them individually, or just say, hey, here's a book, pay me $5? She actually sent me quite a few. I don't know how many there are. I'm guessing there's a couple hundred here. What do you think? How many is that? And so how nice was that? Now I get to go and send her thank you with something nice gift for her. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.